And we are back for another reaction. Today we're going to be checking out Two Kids Room episode with Lino and Felix. I'm a fan, obviously, of both of these guys. Some people in the comments are even calling me a stay. So I'm going to take that title and I'm going to run with it. And if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. And if you want to see my uncut reaction, all you need to do is hit my Patreon link. I've included it in the description below. All right, here we go.
아, 용복이는 언제 오려나? 아니, 용복아
There he is, Young Buck.
왔니?
왔어.
그래, 반갑다.
반가워.
우리가 투키즈룸의 마지막이래.
우리가 마지막이라고? 어떡해.
그래.
28편이네.
So this should be an interesting dynamic. From what I know about Lino, it's like he doesn't really give you that warmth right away. You know, he's a little more closed off in that way, whereas Felix, he's more quick to give you that love, give you that physical affection in a very obvious way. Lino does it, but in different ways. You know, Lino is more likely to tease you as a way of showing his love, whereas Felix is more likely to compliment you and caress you.
우리가 말 많이 안 하는 편이어도 그래도 뭔가 약간 짧게 편하게 하고
그래, 가끔 내 방에 와가지고 같이 얘기하고 TV 보고.
그래서 약간 좋아. 얘기를 엄청 많이 얘기를 안 해.
If I think about someone who's just easy to be around, it's Felix. He just kind of lets you be you. He seems to really appreciate the guys. He's very loving. He's very warm. And for Lino, maybe that's a good thing. Lino's like, it's almost like he's very sensitive to getting attacked. There's a lot of joking around and teasing, but Lino, it's almost like he feels the need to bite back. But Felix doesn't really seem like the type of guy out of all the Stray Kids. He doesn't seem like he really teases or makes fun of the guys. If I had to guess, Felix brings out just a more chilled out, relaxed, not as on edge, not as like quick to come back and attack version of Lino, because Lino, he's not on guard with Felix.
그때 엄청 그냥 편하게 있어가지고.
맞아. 감자탕 먹으러 가고.
맞아. 다음에 김치찌개?
아, 거기 김치찌개 진짜 맛있어.
다음에 가자.
그래.
Right away, it doesn't seem like it's as flirtatious as some of the other relationships in Stray Kids.
같이 있던 추억은 많았겠지. 우리한테 얘기를 안 했겠지만.
우리 모르는 게 많을 수도
우리가
있어.
모르는 게 왜냐면 같이 있을 때 얘기 안 하고 뭐 같은 숙소에 애들 잘 때 우리 본래 피해서 뭐 놀러 다니는 건 아니지만 어쨌든
Yeah, that's cool. They don't need to like flaunt the relationship. They've got their own thing going on. Their relationship isn't like put on at all. It doesn't feel exaggerated at all. It feels very chill.
우리 생각보다 많이 했어.
맞아,
그때
뭘
그
많이
휴가.
했어. 베이킹도 많이 하고.
서로 요리에 관해서 굉장히 조예가 깊고
이제 요리지.
내가 베이킹 시작한 게 그거야. 운동 끝나고 오는데.
Yeah, and look at Felix's body language. He's leaned in, he's interested, he's listening. He's very charming and present when the other person is speaking. I think that's a very likable quality in a human being, is when we show, again, back to showing interest, showing that we care, being present with the other person. These are all good signs of a strong communicator. And Felix, I think he's just an excellent listener. I've never seen Lino really this relaxed. It really does feel like his guard is down for a guy who generally has his guard up a little, and like I said before, likes to clap back. It's kind of nice seeing a more relaxed Lino here.
결론
그 난장판이 낫지.
결론 안 만들게 돼.
나중에 만들어야지.
지금 이제
지금은 좀
쉬는 거지.
바쁘고 뭔가 계속 있고 투어도 가야 되고
신경
그러니까
쓸 게
이제.
너무 많다 보니까.
We've gotten 5 minutes into this conversation and they haven't really bickered or teased each other once, and that's a rarity, I feel like, with Lino. You know, within the first 20 seconds, there's some teasing, there's some making fun of. So really, really a unique, different dynamic here that I'm happy I get to witness.
조합을 스테이가 뭐라 부르는지 알지?
아,
양양나차, 양양나차 이렇게 부르는데 만약에 나는 이제 순이둥이 도리가 있잖아. 근데 너가 키우는 고양이가 있어 만약에. 근데 그게 나야.
그게 형이었어.
어떨 것 같아?
As Lino gets more into this conversation, Lino's starting to make even more eye contact with Felix, and I wonder if that's just as a result of him just easing into the conversation more and being more comfortable, and now he kind of gets that sense of trust from Felix. He just feels more okay with looking at him and opening up, and you know, to me, eye contact, part of it is a sign of your comfort and confidence in a space. but especially when you're speaking to another person.
봐줘. 이용복이만 안 봐줘.
잠깐만.
아유 고양이 아이고.
고양이
왔어.
아니야 그 내 소울인데 그걸 어떻게 나누지?
졸려 그래 이렇게 배 놓고 이렇게 자 이렇게 자. 그래 이렇게 추루 옆에 놓고 그래 먹어 하겠지. 이용복이다.
Felix doesn't go back at you. Like that was a small sort of tease toward Felix, but Felix almost doesn't take the bait when you tease him. He kind of just smiles and laughs and absorbs it. He doesn't like confrontation, it doesn't feel like. Lino's really, I said this before, but he just seems very different here. It's really nice actually to see how much of a calm, at ease side of Lino that Felix brings out. So I think Felix has a really special charm about him, and he has a unique way of putting people at ease around him by not taking himself too seriously, by not being mean or cruel in any way, by really listening and being present, and just overall being a really warm guy.
둘이 똑같이 생각하는 것 같아요. 약간 서로 생각하는 거를 굳이 이해하려고 하지 않아요. 그냥 그렇게 냅두는. 그렇게
Always love Changbin's inputs. Always very wise, super observant, and he gets below the surface, right? He's a deeper thinker. So I'd love to have a conversation with our guy Changbin here. I think it would be really cool.
그럴 수 있지. 릭스가 리노 형에 대해 아는 것보다는 리노 형이 릭스에 대해 좀 잘 아는 거. 오. 리노 형 자체가 워낙 사람 대할 때 좀 세심한 편이라.
Interesting.
막 대하는 것 같아도.
그치.
And I say this about Changbin, but like really so many of them have these really wise, astute insights. Part of the reason I really like Stray Kids is because they understand people. They're smart emotionally. They're just really interesting guys to listen to. They really see each other, they really observe, they really listen, and they're deep thinkers.
릭스한테 좀 조심하는 거 있는 것 같아. 왜냐면 리노 형의 장난의 강도를 릭스가 받아낼 수 없어. 마음이 여린 애다 보니까 이제.
That's an interesting perspective. Lino is just careful around Felix. He doesn't want to hurt his feelings. He understands that he's sensitive, so he doesn't tease him like he teases other guys. And these guys obviously know better than me, but I think it also could be the fact that Felix doesn't go at Lino first, so Lino doesn't feel the need to go back at Felix. And also, if Lino teases Felix, Felix kind of just, he doesn't shoot back. You know, it's not like it's not a fair fight.
삐져가지고 집에 와가지고 형 왜 그랬어? 이렇게 너 공감하지?
내가 너무 진지한 타입이긴 한데
근데 그러니까
나는 웬만하면 생각보다 괜찮지 않아?
Felix needs that validation, right?
잘못한 좀 기억에 남는 그런 잘못이 있어.
너가 나한테 잘못했던 거?
엄청.
뭐지?
나는 이거 말하면 기억하나?
뭐?
아예 연습생 때
완전 연습생?
형이 들어오고 얼마 안 됐을 때 같이 회사 가자.
어.
그때 형이 말했어. 그걸
See, when you don't feel like you have to be on guard, you know, it's easier to listen, it's easier to be relaxed, it's easier to be present. You know, when you always feel like there could be a joke fired at you, it's like you're on guard, you're not as in the moment. Here, it's like Lino, he's really listening to Felix throughout this entire conversation. Like, you can hear him listening, like, oh.
같이 회사 가자.
I've never really seen Lino this active in his listening, and it's nice. It just feels like he's really present for Felix, and he's sort of matching Felix's energy here in that way.
약간 있는 적 없거든. 나는 친형 이제 없으니까. 근데 숙소 생활을 하다 보니까 되게 큰 형이라고 느껴. 정말 막 베스트 프렌드라고보단 약간 베스트 형이라고 많이 느낄 때도 있거든.
빅브로.
빅브로. 완전 큰 형. 뭐 새롭게 아니.
That's just a nice compliment coming from Felix as well. Like, it's so charming coming from Felix. It's very sincere the way he communicates this message, and it's like Felix has no problem acknowledging people in that way, sort of putting them on a pedestal. But this can also play into his sensitivity, right? He wants people to like him, so he's more prone to complimenting and putting people on a pedestal. And I also do wonder if Lino needs more of Felix. I do wonder if all the joking and the teasing is a way to sort of avoid the vulnerability.
아니지만 그래도 항상 늘 생각했던 게 형들 많이 보고 어떻게 하는지 뭐 예를 들면 찬이 형 작업을 어떻게 하는지 막 보고 장비 형
Like, what do you guys think? Can Lino take a compliment? Like, how does Lino take a compliment?
시간을 많이 보냈을 때 나는 그때가 제일 약간 편하게 살 수 있는 그 방법을 찾은 것 같아. 형 덕분에.
나?
달라. 다른데 형은 되게 편하게 뭔가 그 길을 잘.
Very unique, personalized compliments coming from Felix. We talk about this a lot on this channel. The more personalized the compliment, the more impact they can have, right? Because it's unique to that person. It feels more real. You see Lino, he's right there listening. Felix really dictating the pace of this conversation here and making sure that Lino understands how much Felix cares for him.
이 약간 그런 스타일 많이 보기 때문에 나도 모르게 약간 조금씩 따라가는. 같이 시간을 보내면 난 그게 편하다.
그럼 된 거지 뭐. 편한 게 최고야.
겹칠 일이 없어.
그치.
심지어 싸울 일이.
Although Lino is really listening, and I'm sure he does appreciate it in a way, you know, I don't think he fully absorbs it, or he doesn't fully let himself absorb it. He's like, well, that's good. Like, it's almost like he doesn't want to fully believe or take in the praise. I think that's that guard that Lino has. I think this is sort of him not fully letting people in.
일이도 없었고 내가 힘들 때 네, 형이랑 이제 시간을 보내면 나도 좀 도움 될 것 같다. 형 덕분. 이런 말 쉽게 말 하고 싶었지.
이렇게 좋게 얘기해 준다고? 그러면은
Yeah, because Felix was really pouring it on there, right? He's really pouring it on, being just so nice, so personalized. And Lino, it's like he doesn't know how to take it.
이렇게 좋게 얘기해 준다고? 그러면은
I think that's Lino with his guard up a little.
용복의 매력은 항상 모두가 뭐
Okay, so now
좋은
Lino's
소리,
hitting him back here.
뭐 천사 뽀기 단면밖에 없는 아이라서 정말 그런 면이 진짜 너의 모습이라는 게 너무 좋고, 그렇다고 해서 다른 멤버들이 양면성이 있다는 게 얘들이 이중인격이라는 게 아니에요, 여러분. 예.
Felix is always looking to connect with you. There's a little joke there. Lino's saying, "No, I'm not saying everyone in the group is two-faced."
들이 양면성이 있다는 게 얘들
And then Felix is just like he's latching on to that joke. He's looking for that connection with you.
어떻게 그래?
Even though this is sort of a sidebar into their conversation, Felix goes there with you. He's present with you. He'll take it to different places with you, the conversation. So Felix is always looking for ways to connect with you.
더 솔직하고 좀 이렇게 그런 면이 매력이라고 생각을 하고, 그리고 이제 얘도 남들이 보지 않는 곳에서 되게 많이 노력을 하는 편이어서 스테이 여러분들, 우리가 마지막 하니까 스테이가 아쉬워할 거 아니야. 우리가
That was really nice what he said about Felix, but he was sort of like, it felt like he was kind of firing it off. You could see the difference between how Felix complimented Lino and Lino complimented Felix. There's no one right way, but notice how Felix's compliments were directed toward how Lino inspired him and made him feel. So they were very personalized in that way.
보내면 난 그게 편하다.
Whereas Lino was sort of riffing off positive qualities about Felix.
더 솔직하고 좀 이렇게 그런 면이
I think that's sort of like a big deal for Lino to open up and compliment someone like that. And I think that's a testament to what Felix did first. And I find that often happens in conversations when we listen, when we're present, when we compliment, when we're genuine with other people. It inspires them to let their guard down and do the same thing.
어디서 하면 안 돼?
우리 둘이 하늘에
우리
카메라
둘이?
하지 말고.
그래? 그러면 마지막 회니까 이렇게 신기한 조합이니까 하고 가자.
그래, 좋지. 그래, 마지막
그래.
회니까 그래.
I think this is Felix's way of just teasing Lino just a little, is pushing the physical affection on him. I think all the guys, that's actually one of their go-to moves when trying to make Lino feel uncomfortable, is pushing that physical affection on him.
그래.
부드럽고. 자, 하나, 둘, 셋. 하나, 둘, 셋. 하나, 둘, 셋.
These guys are cute, man. These guys are cute. That was a fun little video. Really cool to see a more relaxed, chilled out, calm Lino. Guys, if you want to watch my uncut reaction and analysis, all you need to do is go to my Patreon page. I've included the link in my description below. Other than that, my name is Max. I will catch you soon. Peace.